So are you tired of creating record of all your students manually in a systematic order? Then this video is definitely for you. Because in this video, we are going to learn how to add Graphy enrollments into Airtable for progress tracking. So I'm a manager in an online educational platform and we manage all our courses that we sell using Graphy. Over here what I want is that as soon as now new enrollment is going to be done in any of the courses in my Graphy account, I want to create the systematic record of my students' details and the course details in my Airtable. Now doing this manually is a very time consuming and hectic process. So to solve the problem, I have built a connection between Graphy and Airtable without need of any coding and programming skills using Pabbly Connect. Now whenever a new enrollment is going to be done into my Graphy account, automatically the student's details as well as the course details is going to be created as a record in my Airtable account. So now if you want to learn the entire process step by step, I'm going to take you towards my screen. Welcome to my screen. So as a manager in an online educational business, we manage all our courses using Graphy, with the help of which we manage our students' data, we manage all the courses and the other details. Over here what I want is that as soon as by a student an enrollment is going to be created in any of the courses that we sell, automatically the student details as well as the course details should be created as a record in my Airtable. Now for that, we are going to build an automation between these two applications without need of any coding and programming skills using Pabbly Connect. For that, on a new tab, I am going to browse the website of Pabbly Connect, that is www.pabbly.com/connect. After browsing the website, Pabbly Connect's landing page is going to appear in front of you. Before we create this amazing automation, I want to tell you about Pabbly Community. Pabbly Community is an exclusive space where you can find real-time updates on Pabbly. In this space, you can get help not just from our team members but also the fellow users, okay? Over here, you can share your feedback, ask questions and also find amazing automation tips. So go ahead and join our Pabbly Community today. For that, you will find a link of our community in the description box below, okay? So now let us create this amazing automation. After coming to the landing page, you will find two options, that is sign in or sign up for free. If you're an existing user, you can directly sign into your Pabbly Connect account. That means you have a valid Pabbly account. You can sign up for free from here and get 100 free tasks every month. I'm already an existing user of Pabbly, so I'm going to directly sign into my Pabbly Connect account. Then you will find the All Pabbly Apps section in front of you, where you will see all the applications that Pabbly provides. As I want to use Pabbly Connect, I'm going to click on this Access Now button right over here. And then you will see Pabbly Connect's dashboard is going to appear in front of you. Now to create a new automation in our Pabbly Connect account, we have to add a new workflow. For that, click on this Create Workflow button on the top right corner, where you will find two options to create the workflow. One is the new beta method that is more flexible, faster and modern. Other one is the old classic method, which is more stable and familiar, okay? So I'm going to create this amazing automation using the old classic method. So I'm going to select this option, and first of all it is asking for my workflow name. So for the name of my workflow, I'm going to give it as Graphy enrollments into Airtable for progress tracking. Okay, so this is the name of my workflow. For the folder, these are the folders. If you want to create your own folder to create more systematic record of all your automations, you can add your folder from this plus button. Okay, I'm going to select the workflows folder and simply click on this create button right here. As I've done that, you can see a new workflow has been created and you will find two windows in front of you. One is the trigger window, other one is the action window. So now what is trigger and action? Trigger and action are the two most important steps of our automation process because our entire automation depends on these two principles. Over here, trigger says when this happens and action says do this. That means what is this action? Action is a response towards our trigger. That is why there is only one trigger step in an automation and multiple action steps, okay? And firstly, we're going to set up our trigger step, in which my trigger application I'm going to select over here as Graphy. Why am I selecting my trigger application as Graphy? Because in the trigger, I want to capture the response of the new enrollments of the students. that is done in my Graphy account. And that is why for my trigger event, I'm going to select over here as new enrollment. Okay. After selecting the trigger application and the event, you can see that Pabbly Connect has provided us with a webhook URL. Using the unique webhook URL and by following the steps given here below in the help desk, we are going to build a connection between Graphy and Pabbly Connect. So I'm going to simply copy this URL from here and log into my Graphy account. Okay. I'm going to go back to the main page of my Graphy account. Now to connect this account to Pabbly Connect, click on this more section, go to integrations and go to the third party integrations section right here. If I'm going to further scroll down right here, you will find the option that is Pabbly Connect. Okay. From the event, as you want to send the response of the new enrollment, for the event, I'm going to select over here as the new enrollment. Okay. I'm going to erase this data from here. And now over here, I'm going to paste the webhook URL that Pabbly Connect has provided us. Okay. After simply adding the URL, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this test button first. We are going to send a test response towards this URL to check whether this URL is successfully working or not. Okay. So I'm going to click on this test button. It says webhook successfully added. Okay. As soon as we're going to click on the test button, the webhook URL is automatically going to be added, and then I'm going to save it from here as well. Okay. So as now this webhook URL is successfully added in my Graphy account and we have sent a test response towards this URL, I'm going to go back to my workflow and scroll down, and yes, you can see the test response has been captured over here in my trigger. That means the webhook URL has now been added. Okay. Learner's name comes over here as smartest lead. For the phone number, this is the dummy number. Email is smartestlead@pabblytudes.com. Validity is the lifetime. Course name is Core PHP Programming. Okay. So as now the test response has been captured over here in my trigger, this means that Graphy is connected to Pabbly Connect. In place of the test response, now whenever a new enrollment is going to be done in your Graphy account of any of your students, like this, in the similar manner, you will capture the response of your students' details as well. Okay. So now as we have received the data of the new enrollment of our student over here in my trigger, I want to create the record of the response over here in my Airtable. I'm going to delete the existing response from here. Okay. I will create the record of the student's details in this Airtable right here. For that, we're going to set up an action step in which my action application, I'm going to select over here as Airtable. Action event, now I'm going to select over here as create record, as we want to create the record of the new enrollment. Okay. And simply then I'm going to click on this connect button. This window is going to appear, on which click on add new connection. Then click on this connect with Airtable button. But if you have already created a connection in your Airtable and Pabbly Connect, you can select the existing connection simply from here. Okay. I'm going to create a new connection. For that, click on this connect with Airtable button right here. This window is then going to appear in front of you, and firstly we have to click on this add all resources button, and then it is asking for us to grant the access. Now we have to give the access to Pabbly Connect account, so we have to give the permission, and we can give the permission because this is a safe process and my entire data is safe with Pabbly Connect. And then simply I'm going to click on this grant access button right here, and as soon as I've done that, you can see Airtable is now been successfully connected. As now this connection is being done successfully, firstly it is asking for us to select the base name. I have created a base in the name of students details. So for the base over here, I'm going to search for the base that I've created and select it from the drop down. In this base, I have created a single table in the name of table 1. So for the table, I'm going to select it as table 1. Now it is asking for the name, email, phone number, course name, validity. Now what are these fields? These are the headers that I've created. So now as many headers you're going to create in your Airtable, you will find all the headers like this over here in your Pabbly Connect account. And now to enter the data in these fields, we are going to map the data. What is mapping? Mapping is inserting data from the previous step. So we are going to also insert the data from the previous step of this workflow. How it works is that as soon as I'm going to click on this field, the previous step, that is Graphy new enrollment, you can see this is the previous step, is going to appear in front of you. As I'm going to click on it, the response that was captured in our previous step is going to appear. It is asking for my student's name, and this is the learner's name, that is my student's name right here. So now for the data of this field of the name, I'm going to select the data of the name of my student from my previous response. So now as I've selected this data from my previous response, this data right over here data is been mapped. And as I've mapped this data has now become dynamic. That means now whenever a new response is going to be captured in our previous step, automatically the new data is going to be updated in place of this mapped data. In the similar manner, I'm going to map in all the details like the email address, phone number, course name, I'm going to map the data of the course name, and lastly, validity, I'm going to map the data, okay? After filling in all the required details, it is asking for this enable typecasting. I'm going to select over here as false and simply click on this save and send test request button. As I've done that, I have received a response in which I've received the record ID, which is a positive response. So if I'm going to open my Airtable record, you can see automatically the student's details has been added over here in my Airtable. Name is Smartest Lead. This is the same email address right here. Phone number, course was core PHP programming, and the validity is lifetime. Okay. So as now the record of my student's details has been added over here in my Graphy in my Airtable as a record. This means the connection between Graphy and Airtable has been successfully created using Pabbly Connect. So now to sum up till now what we have done, now whenever a new student is going to enroll in my Graphy account in any of the courses, the trigger Graphy new enrollment is going to capture the response of the student's details as well as the course details. As now to create the systematic record, automatically through this action step, that is Airtable create record, the record of my student's details as well as the course details is going to be created in my Airtable every time. So now this is how I've built the connection between these two applications without need of any coding and programming skills. If you have any questions while I was creating this workflow, you can ask us all the questions in the description box below. And if you want to try out this workflow for yourself, you can find the link of this workflow in the description box below and start making your amazing automations from today. For that, simply sign up into our Pabbly Connect account and you will find 100 free credit points to get started and explore all the features. So this was it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Not just with these applications, you can create automation between multiple applications using Pabbly Connect. If you have any doubts, you can send us email on support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can ask us queries on forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, you can check out this link. If you like this video, please do subscribe to our channel and hit the like button down there.